Hello and welcome to my Inktober sketchbook tour for 2018. This section starts off in the middle of my sketchbook because it follows on from my Watercolor Wednesdays section. And with this project I decided I'd have a landscape theme, and that would sustain me for the whole month. I thought it was something that I was interested in painting, something that I could still vary up a lot. And I started using just brown ink to paint the mountains with, and then I'd go over the top to add the detail with fine liner pens. I thought if I started off with just monochrome, then I'd be able to learn what I'm doing with painting with ink washes much faster, and I'd be able to expand on using ink and variations with it as the month went on. I slowly started beginning to add more colours quite early on. First it was blue, then later it was grey, and then after that it was pretty much the whole set of inks that I had, which was 8 drawing inks in total. It was around this point that I started wanting to add more variation with my landscapes and something that wasn't exclusively mountains. And this drawing, even though it's definitely not one of the best in the sketchbook, it was actually a really important one, probably the most important one for my whole project, because I'd never paid much attention to painting skies before, and I learned that firstly that I really enjoyed painting all the colours in the sky, and secondly that adding the detail over the top with the pen might not be completely necessary, because my skill with painting with ink had improved to the point where I thought I might be able to paint the details that I normally draw with fine liner with the inks instead. So after that page, I was much more focused on skies, and particularly skies with vivid colours. This painting here is another important one to my project as well. As well as it being one of my favourite paintings, it also introduced painting trees and fog to my paintings. It was the first time that I felt confident enough with painting with ink to not have to feel like I had to go and refine the detail with pen over the top, because the ink here on its own was enough to do that. I started painting forests with the mist idea in mind, and they kind of ended up looking slightly like a landscape you might find in a fairy tale, and also slightly eerie with how they kind of reflect solitude almost. But as I went along I still had a little bit of a back and forth with painting misty forests and mountains, and then I went back a bit further to my sky theme. I was still doing variations like having lakes, different kinds of plants, different kinds of terrain like snow or ice or desert sand. And then I eventually started doing seascapes. Painting the sea was quite a challenge, definitely at first. And then towards the end of my project, it was almost without realizing it, I sort of ended up combining everything I learned over the month. So I had vivid skies, mountains, misty forests, and it was all done just painting with ink. Overall, I feel like it's a huge improvement from last year, and like I've learned a lot over the course of this month. There's also stuff from this Inktober challenge that I want to expand on and experiment with in my future paintings and videos, particularly with the brightly coloured skies and the mist. And there's also loads of different kinds of landscapes I still haven't touched upon as well, so I'm excited to see where that will go. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye!